Presentation on cost accounting by Mr. Sandeep S. Kulkarni, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, MAC College, Ansabani. So process costing. Meaning, process costing is a method of costing under which all costs are accumulated for each stage of production, and cost per unit of product is ascertained at each stage of production by dividing the total cost of each process by the normal output of that process. Basic features of process costing are production is continuous, product is homogeneous, products are standardized, and the output of one process becomes input for another process. Output of last process is transferred to finished stock account. Costs are collected process wise. So it is applied in the following companies. So process costing is generally applied in the following industries or companies: paper industries, chemical industries, textile, sugar, crude oil, food, soap making, etc. So specimen here on debit side we record all the these are all items, that is basic materials, direct wages, direct expenses, production overhead, cost of rectification. On credit side, normal loss, abnormal loss, process account, process to account by profit and loss account. So these are some of the working notes you have to make: normal loss, realizable value of normal loss, abnormal loss, normal output, value of abnormal loss, cost of output transferred to next process, cost of output sold. So these are the some formulas I have written here. So you apply these formulas to solve the problems. Maximum 7 to 8 working notes. So this is a specimen of normal loss, process account, bank account, abnormal gain, and abnormal loss, process account by bank account by costing and profit and loss account, abnormal loss account. So this is a specimen of abnormal loss account. This is abnormal gain to normal loss, costing of profit and loss account by process account. So if you look at the meaning, abnormal gain arises when the actual output is more than the expected or normal output. So now look at the problems and solution on process costing. This is a problem asked for 15 marks in the year 2019. A product passes through 3 processes for completion during the month. 1000 units of raw material at ₹20 per unit were put into first process. Other information regarding the manufacturer is as under: particulars, sundry material, direct labor, direct expenses, cost of boxes, cost of packaging, normal wastage, actual output, sale of wastage per unit. So here it says prepare process account, abnormal gain account, abnormal loss account, and normal loss account. So this is a first, before going to solve, first we'll see the working notes here. Normal loss or wastage, process 1000 input, which is introduced at the beginning, and the percentage of normal loss is 5%. So the normal loss units is 50. Similarly, process 2, 900 into 90. So here the output of one process will become input for next process. So 900 into 10%, 90 units. Process 3, 800 units into 5%, it comes to 40. So normal output or expected output formula is input minus normal loss in units. Process 1, 100 minus 50, 950. Process 2, 900 minus 90, 810. Process 3, 840 minus 800 minus 40, 760. So after calculating normal output or expected output, you have to calculate whether is there any abnormal gain or abnormal loss in the different processes. So process 1, the formula I already told you: input minus normal loss minus actual output. So 1000 is the input, normal loss is 50 units, actual output is given in the problem, it is 900. So 950 minus 900, abnormal loss, because in case of process 1 I have written the note here. In case of process 1, actual output is 900 units, whereas normal output is 950. So if actual output is less than the normal output, then we get a abnormal loss. Similarly, we go for process 2, input minus normal loss minus actual output, 900 minus 90 minus 800. 900 is the input, 90 is a normal loss, actual output is already given in the problem, 810 minus 10. So this is, in case of process 2, actual output is 800 units, whereas the normal output is 810. So again the same narration, so abnormal loss here also. Process 3, input minus normal loss minus actual output, 800, which is the input, 40 units is the normal loss, 670 is the actual output which is given in the problem. So 760 minus 670, it comes to 90 units. So again here also the same narration, that we get abnormal loss. So next working note, value of normal loss units, units of normal loss into scrap value per unit, process 1, process 2, process 3, 50 units, 90 units, 40 units. Scrap value per unit is given in the problem, rupees 4 per unit, 8 per unit, 10 per unit. Similarly, we get the value of scrap units is 200, process 1, 720, process 2, 400, process 3. So this working note actually have to prepare after preparing the each process account, but here I have prepared in advance, so don't worry, you will come to know. Value of abnormal gain or abnormal loss units, process 1, total cost incurred minus value of scrap into units of abnormal loss minus input minus normal loss. So if you calculate all these, we get 1700 as a value of abnormal loss. Similarly for process 2, it is 600, and for process 3 it is around 7200. Next working note is cost of production per unit, total cost incurred minus value of scrap divided by input minus normal loss. So the formula is the same. So I have written combined formula here. Process 1 same formula, process 2 same, process 3 again a similar formula. Formula is total cost incurred 32,500 minus value of scrap 200, 100 minus 1000 minus 50, it comes to 34. For process B, 49,320 minus 720 divided by 900 minus 90, so it comes to 60. Process 3, 61,200 minus 400 divided by 80, 800 minus 40, so 60,800 minus 760, it comes to 80. Thus this is the cost per unit. Next, units of abnormal gain or abnormal loss and output transfer to next process are valued at cost of production per unit, as we are already calculated. Next working note is realizable value of abnormal gain or abnormal loss. So whatever the abnormal gain loss you have got, that loss units are also sold in the market. So they are sold at scrap value per unit or scrap value per unit. So in process 1 we have 50 abnormal loss units. The scrap value per unit is rupees 4, so it is 200. Process 2 abnormal loss unit is 10. Scrap value per unit is rupees 8. Process 3 abnormal loss unit is 90. Scrap value per unit is rupees 10, so 900. So it is we have assumed that abnormal gain or abnormal loss units are sold at cost per unit. So this is a simple process account. Process 1, materials 1000 units are introduced to process A at the rate of 20 rupees per unit. So total amount comes to 20,000. Sundry materials it is given, it is our value is 2,000. Direct expenses 500. Direct labor 10,000. So here in while solving the working note, I have seen the total cost incurred is this much. How much it is? 32,500. This amount I have taken there to calculate the cost of production, or to calculate value of abnormal loss. Normal loss 50 units, 4 rupees per unit it is sold, so it comes to 200. Abnormal loss 50 rupees, 34 cost per unit 7,700. For this we have made assumption that value of abnormal loss units are sold at cost of production per unit. So by process 2 account output transfer to next process, 900 into 34, it comes to 30,600. See, the output of process 1 will become input for process 2. So the by process 2 output transfer to next process, so the output of this one, output of process 1 will become an input for process 2. So process 2 account to process 1, 900 into 34, 30,600. Salary materials, direct expenses, direct labor. Here extra expenses is the cost of boxes, that also you have to take 8,720. So the total is 900. So the total amount comes to 49,320. By normal loss 990 units, it is already given. Scrap value per unit rupees 8, 720. Abnormal loss 10 into 60, 600. By process 3 output transfer to next process, 800 into 60, 48,000. So the total comes to 900, 49,320. Process 3 similar calculations. So process account, the output of process 2 will become an input for process 3, 800 into 60, 48,000, and similar expenses like sundry materials, direct expenses, direct labor, cost of packaging. On the debit side, on the credit side, by normal loss, abnormal loss, finished stock. Why it is finished stock? Because this is the last process, after that there is no process. So the output of process 3 or the output of last process is transferred to finished stock account. So here it is 61,200. 61,200, the difference amount after deducting normal loss, abnormal loss, the remaining thing is transferred to finished stock account. So we have normal loss in the problem. So normal loss, particulars, similar format, there is no change in the format. To process 1 there are 50 normal loss units, process 2 90 normal loss units, process 3 40 normal loss units, cost per unit 4, 8, 10. So the total 50 into 4, 200, 720, 400. The total comes to 1,320. Whatever the units are there, these are credited to bank account. So by bank account 180 units, the total amount comes to 1,320, that is credited to bank account. Similarly we will see abnormal loss account, abnormal loss particulars, process 1, 2, 3, 50 units at the rate of 34, 1,700. 10 into 60, 600. So these are the abnormal loss units. These are also sold. So by bank account, sale of abnormal loss units at the rate of scrap value per unit. Process 1 50 unit into 4, 200. Process 2 10 into 8, 800. Process 3 90 into 10, 900. So the difference amount, that is 9,300 minus 1,900, whatever the difference amount is there, that is transferred to costing, profit and loss account. Costing, profit and loss account. So next problem number 2, KUD 2018, 15 marks. A product processed through 3 processes, process 1, 2, 3, and the details are here. Input how much? 1,000 units, total 16,000. Sundry materials 20,800, 16,000, 8,200, direct labor 18,000, 29,440, 11,200, production overhead 100% of direct wages. You will see what is this. Actual output here, see 900, 680, 540. Normal loss percentage of input 10, 20, 25. Scrap value per unit 4, 8, 10. Prepare process accounts. So again similar working note here. Normal loss, process 1 1000 units into 10 100 units. Process 2 900 into 20 180 units. Process 3 680 into 25 170 units. Normal output or expected output. So formula is written 9 input minus normal loss in units. Process 1 input is 9000 minus 100. So the normal or expected output is 900. Process 2 900 minus 180. So 720. Process 3 680 minus 170. It comes to 510. So units of abnormal gain or abnormal loss. Process 1 input minus normal loss minus actual output. So input is already given 100 minus normal loss is 100. Actual output is already given in the problem 900. So 900 minus 900 is 0. So in case of process 1, actual output is 900, whereas normal output is also 900. So hence there is no abnormal gain or abnormal. Next, process 2, input minus normal loss minus actual output. 900 minus 180 minus 680, 720 minus 680, 40 units. Process 3, input minus normal loss minus actual output. 680 minus 170 minus 540, so it comes to 30 units. So here see actual output is 680 units but normal output is 720, so we get abnormal loss. Here the actual output is 540 but whereas normal output is 510. So in case of process 3, actual output is 540 units whereas normal output is 510. So if actual output is more than normal output, then we get a abnormal gain. So again units of value of normal loss in units. Units of normal loss into scrap value per unit. Process 100 into 400. Process 2 180 into 8 1440. Process 3 so 170 into 10 1700. Value of abnormal gain or abnormal loss units. In case of process 1, there is no abnormal gain or abnormal loss, hence there is no need to recalculate value. Process 2, total cost incurred minus value of scrap into units of abnormal loss divided by input minus normal loss. So 1,47,280 minus 1,140 into 40. So 900 minus 180. So 1,45,840 into 40 divided by 720. So the value of abnormal loss is 8,102. Process 3, total cost incurred minus value of scrap into units of abnormal gain divided by input minus normal loss. 1,68,334 minus 1,700 into 30 divided by 680 minus 170. So it comes to 9,802, that is 1,66,634 minus 30. Sorry, into 30. No, it is not minus 30, it is into 30 divided by 510 units. It comes to 1,802. So in case of process process 1, actual output is equal to normal output, hence there is no abnormal gain or abnormal loss. So cost of production per unit, as similar calculation 1 2 3. Total cost incurred minus value of scrap divided by input minus normal loss. 72,800 minus 1000 units minus 100 units. So 80.45. Similarly for process 2, 202.55. Process 3, 326.73. After calculating all these, that is the formula: total cost incurred minus value of scrap divided by input minus input normal loss. So units of abnormal, again we have make some assumption here. Units of abnormal gain bar abnormal loss are and output transferred to next process are valued at cost of production per unit. So realizable value of units of abnormal gain or abnormal loss. Process 1, actual output is equals to normal output, hence there is no abnormal air gain or abnormal loss. Process 2, units of abnormal loss into scrap value per unit, 40 units into rupees 8, it comes to 320. Process 3, units of abnormal 30 units into rupees 10, it is 300. So it is assumed that units of it is assumed that units of abnormal gain or abnormal loss are sold at cost per unit. So last working note, production overhead 100, it is given as 100% of direct wages. Process 1, in process 1 direct wages are 18,000, so 18,000 into 100%, again it comes to 18,000. Process 2, 29,440 into 100%, it comes to 29,440. Process 3, 11,200 into 100, it comes to 11,200. So similar process account 1, 2 materials introduced 1,000 units, 16 rupees per unit, 16,000. Sundry materials 20,800, production overhead 18,000, direct labor 18,000, so total inputs 1,000, 72,800. By normal loss 100, 4 rupees per unit, 400. Process 2, output transfer to next process 900 into 80.44, this you already calculated, 72,400. so output of process 1 will become input for process 2. So to process 1 account 900 at the rate of 80.44, so it comes to 72,400. to sundry material 16,000, to production overhead 29,440, to direct labor 29,440. so the total 900, 1,47,280. By normal loss 180 into 8, it is normal value of normal loss is given 1,440. By abnormal loss, it is valued at cost of production. It is valued 202.55, so 8102. By process 3, output transfer to next process, the remaining units are 680, so 202.55, 1,37,734. So process 3, process 2 account 680, 202.55, 1,37,734. normal loss and debit credit side, all this, the total comes to 710, 1,78,136, 710, 1,78,136. But here one thing you have to keep in mind, do not consider the value of abnormal gain for the purpose of calculating the total cost incurred. So it is extra and it is non-recurring in nature, hence this should not be considered while taking the total cost incurred. This must be ignored. If you want, I will show this. While calculating total cost incurred, the value of abnormal gain should not be considered. So process normal loss account, process 1, process 2, process 3, 100, 180, 170. So similarly calculation, and the total is sold and transferred to bank account. So see next problem number 3. A product passes through 3 processes A, B, C. So everything is given. Sundry materials, labor, direct expenses, actual output, and process 3 1,000, 5,000, labor 5,000, direct expenses 1,050. so like this. So we'll prepare a process account here. Wastage of each process was A was sold at rupees 25 paise per unit, B was sold at rupees 50 paise per unit, C was sold at rupees 1 per unit. So similar calculations are here. We'll go for next one. So working notes as usual, see process A, process B, input into normal loss. Input is 10,000, process A 9,500 and 6,800, it is 728 units. Normal output, it is not 680, it is 600 and 6,800 units. Normal output or expected output, input minus normal loss, process 1000 minus 300, process 2 9700 minus 475, process 3 9100 minus 728, abnormal gain. As already calculated, in case of process A we have abnormal loss, in case of process B we have abnormal gain, in case of process C we have abnormal loss. So it is a mixed problem consisting of both abnormal gain and abnormal loss. So similar working notes, value of normal loss, units of abnormal loss into scrap value per unit, 30 units, 300 units into 0.25, 75, 475 into 50, 238, 728 into 1, it comes to 728. So value of abnormal gain or abnormal loss, total cost incurred minus value of scrap into units of abnormal loss minus input minus normal loss. So we get value of abnormal gain in case of process A is 300 and in case of process B it is a 224. See here we have abnormal gain. So in case of total cost incurred, total cost incurred minus value of scrap into units of abnormal gain, input minus normal loss. See here I have taken 27,243 and I have excluded the value of abnormal gain, that should not be considered. So 27,243 minus 238 into 75 divided by 9,500 minus 475. So the value of abnormal gain is 2,224. Process C similarly, total cost incurred minus value of scrap into units of abnormal gain. Sorry, it is not abnormal gain, it is abnormal. It is not abnormal gain, it is abnormal loss. So 36,309 minus 728 into 224 units divided by 9,100 minus 728, not 720 units. So value of abnormal loss comes to 1156. So here again calculation of cost of production per unit, process A, B, C, and the total cost incurred minus value of scrap divided by input minus normal loss. So cost of production per unit in case of process A is 1.75, in case of B it is 133 and C it is 4.25. So I have already taken. So units of abnormal gain, loss or output are transferred to next process are valued at cost of production per unit, realizable value of abnormal gain or abnormal loss units. So process A 200 units, scrap value per unit in case of process A is 2.2550, process B 75 into 0.5038, process C 272 into P1 it is 272. So next it is assumed that units of abnormal gain or abnormal loss are sold at cost per unit. So production overhead equals to 100% of direct wages. Process 1 18,000 into 100, process 2 29,440 into 100, process 3 11,200 into 100. So like that you have to calculate. Next, process 1, two materials, input 1000 units, 10,000 units at the rate of Rp1 10,000, sundry materials 1000, direct labor 5,000, direct expenses 1050. So the total comes to 17,050. by normal loss 300 into 0.25 75, abnormal loss 200 into 1.75 350. By process B, output transfer to next process 9500 into 1.75 16,625. The total comes to, and the 9500 is the output of one process. Process A is, it becomes the input for process B, so it is transferred to process A account, process B account. So process A to process A, 9500 into 1.75, it is a cost per unit, so 16,625. By normal loss 475 into 0.50 238. By process C, output transfer to next process 9100 into 3 27,300. Sundry materials to labor to direct expenses to abnormal gain. This I have not considered. It should not be considered. Abnormal gain should not be considered here while calculating total cost incurred. So total amount 9575 27,464. So 9575 27,464. Next we'll see process C, particulars. Process C, sundry materials, labor, direct expenses 9100 9100 300. So total similar calculation 27,300 500 6,500 2009. By normal loss 728 into 1 728. By abnormal loss 272 into 4.25, we already calculated here. There 1156. By finished stock, because there is no further process, hence the output of last process is transferred to finished stock account. So 8100 into 4.25 34,425. So 9100 into 36,309 9100 into 36,309. Next account, normal loss account, process A B C, 300 475 728 0.25 0.51 75 238 728. By bank account, process A 300 into 0.25, process B 400 into 0.50, process C 728 into 1 728. So by abnormal gain, by process C abnormal gain 75 into 0.50, so 38 units. 38 units. The total comes to 1503 and the amount comes to 1041. Abnormal loss to process A 200 into 1.25 350, process C 272 into 4.25 1156. By bank account, sale of abnormal loss units at the rate of scrap value per unit, process A 200 into 0.25 50, process B 272 into 1 272. The difference amount is transferred to costing, profit and loss account. 1506 minus 322 1184. So 474. The total amount 1506 1506. Abnormal gain, in there we have credited, here you have to debit to normal loss account 75 into 0.50 38. By process B for 75 into 3 224. The difference amount is transferred to costing, profit and loss account. 75 same units, so 224 minus 38, the difference amount is transferred to costing, profit and loss account. So next sub unit, unit of accounting for joint products or joint products and byproducts. Accounting for joint products or byproducts. We'll see what is this. Joint product represent two or more products of almost equal importance which are produced in natural proportion simultaneously from the same material in the same process. Meaning of joint cost. Joint cost refer to the total cost incurred after the split off point where the product is get separated. Meaning of byproduct. Byproduct are the product of relatively small value which are incidentally and unavoidably produced in the course of manufacturing the main product. So it is asked for 5 marks. Joint cost of producing 3 products A, B, C amounted to rupees 54,000. Other details of joint products are as follows. Particular sales, estimated profit on sales, further processing cost, portion joint cost A, B, C 84,000, 40,000, 36,000. Profit on sales 50, 50, 33, 1 upon 3. Further processing cost 14,000, 8,000 and 10,000. See how it is. Statement. It is a statement of apportionment of joint cost. Particulars, products, total sales 84,000 is already given in the problem, so total 1,60,000. Estimated profit on sales 50% on 84,000 comes to 42,000. 50% on 40,000 comes to 20,000. 33 1 upon 3 on 36,000 comes to 12,000. So the total estimated profit on sales is 74,000. The total cost of sales 42,000, that is 84,000 minus 42,000, 42,000, 20,000, 24,000. The total cost of sales is 36,000. Less further processing cost 14,000, 8,000, 10,000. So the total 32,000. So total joint cost apportioned 28,000, 12,000, 14,000, 54,000. In the problem it is given that 54,000 is a joint cost. So like this we have apportioned, and this amount must get tally in whatever the amount is given in the problem. Similarly, next KD 2016 5 marks. See here, in this one you have to keep it in mind. The joint cost is 14,000, and this is a problem. Similar problems, apportionment of joint cost. Product A, B, C, sales 10,000, 7,000, 6,000, 23,000. Less estimated profit on sales 20% on 10,000, 2,000, 30% on 7,000, 2,100, 40% on 6,000, 2,400, 6,500. Total cost of sales 8,000, 4,900, 3,600, 16,500. Less further processing cost 1,900, 600, it comes to 2,500. So deduct it. Joint cost apportioned 7,000, 4,000, 3,000. The total joint cost is 14,000 is apportioned among 3 products. So this 14,000 and whatever the joint cost it is given in the problem must get tally. Then we get 5 marks. So it is another similar problem, latest problem, 5 marks. In the process of manufacturing product A, 2 bioproducts are emerged. The joint cost of producing these three products is rupees 70,000. This 70,000 is very important, keep it in mind. So particular sales, estimated profit on sales, further processing cost. Prepare a statement of origin by main product and byproduct. Main product, byproduct. Main product is A, byproduct is B and C. Sales 50,000, 35,000, 30,000. Estimated profit on sales 20, 30, 40. Further processing cost 5,000, 4,500, 3,000. Prepare a statement showing the apportionment of joint cost between main product and byproduct. So apportionment of joint cost, particular sales, main product, byproduct A, B, C 50,000, 35,000, 30,000. 1,50,000. Estimated profit on sales 10, 10,500, 12,000. 20,000 on 50,000, 30% on 35,000, 40% on 30,000. Total cost of sales. So estimated profit on sales 32,500. Total cost of sales 40,000, 24,500, 18,000, 82,500. Less further processing cost 5,000, 4,500, 12,500. So joint cost apportioned 40,000 minus 50,000, 25,000. 24,500 minus 4,500, 30,000. 18,000 minus 3,000, 15,000. So total 70,000. Joint cost are apportioned among or between the main product A and byproduct B and C. So thank you for your patience listening. Thank you one and all.